Right, so hey guys, and welcome to Dovetail Games Train Sim World 2020. So yesterday, not today I'm afraid, so yesterday, we saw a new route release on Train Sim Worlds, the, what's it called? Rhein-Ruhr Osten, which is Wuppertal to Hagen. So Hagen and service that we've actually been to before, which was originally here in Ruhr Nord. But, yeah, breaking away from that, Ruhr Nord was to the, ooh, hang on. My chat is not loaded properly. I need to reload that. Yeah, so Rosig Nord was the eastern portion of Hagen, and then this new one is the western portion. So I'm not too sure why my chat is being so messy. It's not that. I may have to start the chat. 4 fails on me, which would be a really nice. Okay, no chat. This will be a pain. Yeah, so, should be pretty good. Welcome, Mike Richie. How you doing today? I'm going to try and do it on my phone. Anyways, Rhein-Ruhr Osten from Hagen to Wuppertal. And so we've got the German S-Bahn services, which is using these DB422s. Yeah, DVBR422 EMUs. And then we've also got the classic freighters as well. Now, I will say, I'm very excited by these 422s. Bombardier-made trains, I believe. And, yeah, these are proper German S-Bahns. So you had the other ones in the Russie, back when we were doing Leipzig. What was it called? I forget the name of the add-on for the Leipzig one, but these are basically your standard German EMU trains. So, we'll let it load in the background. It shouldn't take too long, but as you always know, that the first time loading these missions can be a bit slow sometimes. But ultimately, it should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun. And also, let me try and find the trailer as well, because I just realised that we've not shown a trailer for the new mission yet, something that I usually try and do at the beginnings. Right, welcome to Rhein-Ruhr Osten. Proceed to begin. So you can see we've got the double stock wagon, presumably out of Hagen. That will be like a cross compatibility kind of thing. So this train is powered by the other add-on. Got freighter now coming through as well. And then we now just change platforms. I'm excited about this. I really am. A little bit stuttery. I presume it's just first time loading again. So it goes on, should be alright. Have the maps, so
This is Wuppertal Oberbahnhof from the Rhein-Rurh S-Bahn. Take the underpass to platform 6 to catch a train.
right, that's platform 6, but here's a look at the map. So, the one thing that kind of stood out for people, in terms of size, it's only about 20 kilometers long, so it's actually not as long as the previous maps. But regardless, should be an alright one. Right, this train just arrived, so now board it. Hagen, S-Bahn, so here's the train. Wow. Wow, I love this. I really do. Detailing, the modelling, that is pretty good. Let's take a closer look as we go around. Everyone from the UK literally sounds the same. No offence. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Our accents are all the same. Don't worry. Try and do one of those, search for one of those, like, regional accent videos. We're not quite similar. Someone from Manchester and Liverpool, not down the same as a Londoner. Scouse and Manc accents compared to Cockney down south. We can look at Brummy as well. Brummy's quite different. Will my chat work? I can probably try and load it up while I wait for this train to depart. Find any seats, that's why. There we go. Now the train all departs.
Rhein-Ruhr Osten offers the ability to ride and drive both passenger and freight trains from the busy city to the deep cuttings and woodlands between Wuppertal and Hagen.
Off it goes. It's an EMU loco.
You're currently riding a BR422 electric multiple unit. These units run as 4 and 8 car formations and operate most of the S-Bahn services in the Rhein-Ruhr area.
I love it. I mean, I'm a Londoner, aka I'm stuck in trains all the time. But even there's like a, this is, I don't know why I'm always referring everything to London, but like you look at this, it really is a fantastic.
TrainSim World allows you to ride and drive trains from a selection of internal and external camera angles. Let's take a look now while exploring.
Yep, have the external cameras. Here we go. I do love it. Reminds me of home. Reminds me of riding a train through rush hour or whenever. Hang on, I shouldn't press the arrow key, shouldn't I? Oh no, what have I done? There we go.
Other internal and external camera views are available to explore and can be accessed from the menu. You've only travelled a short distance here, so let's take a look at what else there is to enjoy.
Highway from, welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats, Narula.
The challenge of keeping a busy S-Bahn network on schedule. Drive through deep cuttings, winding valleys and dense woodland. Haul a variety of heavy freight trains between the industries at Wuppertal, Schwerin and Hagen. Deal with on-the-job and line-side emergencies. Along the way be sure to place route maps, fix trackside cabinets, restock first aid points, and put up no trespassing signage. Choose passenger or freight operations and take a trip along the Wupper Valley.
Yeah, had to go for that. Yeah, so I'm from London myself, British. Right, and there we go. It was an AI ridden service. We already know that the performance graph will pretty much be spot on for that one. Anyways, enough of the in-game pre-mission boring bits. Let's go right to tutorial, shall we? So head to the main menu. Yeah, little yellow kind of background. So in Hagen, actually it's more towards Wuppertal. Basically, there's like a little I forget what they're called. They're not monorails. It's like a cable car kind of thing. Anyways, that has been like properly done in TrainSim World, and the AI does actually drive it around, which is a pretty cool little extra detail in the scenery. You're from Turkey. Okay, well, welcome to the channel. Don't know why this chat is completely dead today. I'm going to have to rebuild that later. I'm not sure why this mission takes so long to load. It's not even a mission, I'm laying on the menu. Anyways, so 20 kilometers to the track. You get 2 rolling stock as standard. So you get this one, the 422, and then you've also got the freight train as well, which comes in a black livery as opposed to red. So I think the joke was like, not all trains in Germany are red. And therefore they threw in the black livery for this set of services. And ultimately it has been a lot of fun seeing how the map progressed online. Like I say, this is my first time actually using it, because yesterday I was supposed to stream it, but due to time constraints, it's the AGM I was at last night, so the railway I volunteer at, and so I couldn't quite do the stream yesterday. So we'll do the 422 first, then we'll go into the 185 for the tutorials. Oh yes, and they also went round through another round of screenshots, things I've took in, so a few nice loading screen photos to pop up as well. Yeah, quite a few scenarios. I'm trying to actually wait for the next UK TrainSim World service once that becomes a thing. I mean, that's not really train related, that's quite nice. Heresy ignored. Yeah, 3rd or 4th time round. There we go. DBBR 422 introduction. Took its time. Am I playing controller? No, I'm playing on keyboards.
This brief introduction will cover passenger operations and recovery from an emergency stop.
Man, it really is taking time to load textures in this one. Anyways, we'll let that do its thing. We'll head into the train and start setting up our own journey today. Right, insert the master key. Set the train into forwards.
Give a quick glance at the platform to ensure all is safe, then unlock the doors.
The platform all looks good. Head back inside, and the door switch will be... Oh, that's quite easy. Right, well, textures loaded in now, so while the train is stationary, I'll have a look around on passengers' boards. Nobody here since this is just a training run, but again, it's a really beautiful mod, this. I do really like this new setup with trains and mods. And the 422, sorry. First time I'm going to really enjoy driving. Little first class compartments here as well for passengers with first class tickets. Seats are exactly the same. And maybe a bit of a wooden car around it. Very nice indeed. Right, close the doors. Oh, there we go. Chat's kind of returned on stream. I'll need to adjust that later. Right, train up to 50%. And there we go.
Now we're moving. Apply more power and focus on achieving the required speed.
Right, so 40 miles per hour at this point. Sorry, 64 kilometers an hour, which is 40 miles per hour. We're in the E right now, so we need to set this to metric. There we go. Welcome, Glenn. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat.
Coasting. Keeping to speed limits is important. If you begin overspeeding, apply a small amount of brake and moving the handle into the braking range.
Yeah, so very similar control methods to some of the previous German locos we've had in Train Sim Worlds. Very much reminds me of the Leipzig one, the S-Bahn, we had that one. Rapid Transit, that's what the mission was called. So continue managing our speeds, keep train rolling, as we continue our journey towards going westbound, so be towards Wuppertal.
Apply a small amount of brake force to achieve a comfortable, safe stop.
Hagen Hubing, which will be our first stop. Notice that is a single track line for the majority of it, and then towards stations doubles up, so good old fashioned passing loops when it comes to this route. There you go, station now just coming up ahead very shortly. And I must say, with this train, I'm pretty much using full speed until right in front of the platform. Very easy to drive. Very easy to drive. And there we go. First stop made. Oh, I can't get out of the cab, I'm stuck in here. Fair enough, use external cameras. I'm really enjoying this. Trains are fantastic. The scenery's not half bad either. I mean, this is much more of a slower paced line compared to the other two recent German ones where it's high speeds going from city to city. This one, it's an S-Bahn service and only 20 kilometers long, so it's a lot more slower pace, a lot more stops, and ultimately, it's a relatively nice drive this. Doors are locked, and off we go.
Operate the train to the next station without instruction. Be aware that an emergency stop will occur before arriving.
Right, so 2 kilometers next stop, Hagen Westbauer. Westerbauer, sorry. And do be aware that we accepts that this track may go into a single line very shortly, and as a result, don't go too fast over a set of points. Seems to be doubled up for now, so it should be alright. There we go, train system emergency halts. And being an EMU, I don't think it'd be too difficult to bring it back up to power again.
To recover from this situation, the controls must first be reset.
So, release the emergency brakes.
The train has reset.
There you
so
go,
it's possible
ready to
get
go.
moving again.
So basically, all the emergency brake will do in this loco is just cut the electric power from reaching the train. Just the chat's position as well, because that's a bit off. All looking good. So 1% gradient uphill right now, so keep a little bit of power in, just stop trying for slowing down. It's a relatively higher speed portion of the track.
Remember to apply the brakes early and gently to provide a comfortable ride for passengers.
There we go. And then bring train to a halt. Open the doors. No chance to go through door either, so I'll go for the free cam. Have a look around Hagen and Westbauer. Got a few passengers here just behind the tree. Obviously don't quite know where the staircases get up to the platforms. Station's not too well signposted, I can imagine. In terms of people on the platform, you've got one passenger off train there. 2 here waiting for another service, I presume. Presume that's, yeah, modernisation on the S-Bahn. Another shelf bit there as well. And ultimately, not a bad service. I think this is an 8-car train. Yes, it is 8-car, run in 4x4. Be ready to depart very shortly. I'm actually running with red tail lights to the back. These will be red as well.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of this train. More details on the controls can be found in the manual.
And there we go. So, performance not too bad. We did the journey up to the speed limits. Can't complain about that. Now level 2 on the 422, level 2 on Rhein-Ruhr Osten, and level 50 on my character. So I was level 51 earlier. Maybe not. Anyways, let's now do the next tutorial, which is going to be... Okay, main menu for this one, great. Great for loading times galore. Next we're going to be the freight train. And then once we've done that, a chance to do some of the services available. Right, training. 185.5 introduction and start. So yeah, the 1855, the train that we are familiar with, we used it in... It was actually both of the German tracks. So Ruhr Nord and... what was the name of the other one? Ruhr Nord and... Nope, I honestly can't remember. Terrible. Anyways, we'll get ready for service.
Welcome to this BR 105.5 electric locomotive NRC livery. This brief introduction covers shunting operations and recovery from emergencies.
Right.
Climb aboard to get started.
Tracks are clear, so free to cross that. Climb aboard, into the train, close
A
the
lot
door
of time
and
will be
sit
spent.
down.
The master switch is used to
Yeah,
determine
we're
the
familiar with
direction.
this. Master switch forwards. Sets the main circuit breaker to close.
When stopped for longer periods of
Release
time,
the parking
when leaving
brake.
the cab, the park.
Back in the cab.
The train brake is the main system.
And
It
throttle
is
up.
best to apply only a small amount of power at first to overcome initial friction and get the train moving. To avoid damage to the locomotive and wagons when shunting, approach at a slow speed and stop so that the vehicles are touching.
Right, set the throttle to off. In the top location at Silings just for the red signal. Throttles off, let train coast, and then use a little bit of braking just as we start to approach the wagons. 12 kilometers an hour, that should be nice speeds to connect. Maybe not then. Release the brakes. There we go. Must switch to off.
This locomotive is fitted with screw-link couplings.
Yes, screw link, so we need to head down and click on that. There it is. Then back in control. We'll release the brakes from this side. That's all sorted. Jet complete.
Return to the leading cab to continue.
Now heads to the other sides. Go
These
forwards.
wagons need to
brakes
hold up the line to
released.
yard.
Throttle up. We know at this point. 8 kilometers an hour.
As part of this training, be aware that an emergency stop will occur before arriving.
Going way too fast.
Follow my instructions on how to recover the train and get moving again.
There we go. Signal is green, so we'll be able to pass through that without an issue. Ah, never checked how the horn sounded on the 422. We'll definitely do that in our first run in the train. So, in a moment, let's get ready for an emergency stop. Again, being the EMU, it's not terrible to reset this one, but it's a little bit of a longer process. Let's reset the brakes, then reset the circuit
To recover from this
breakers.
situation,
So reset the brakes, set the throttles off, and raise the pantograph. Okay, so is the pantograph actually lower in the emergency brakes? I don't remember it being the case last time. Well,
continue on to the yard to deliver these wagons.
here we go again. Throttle goes up. And the train can now start moving again. It's quite a steep grade in this one, 3 degrees up, sorry, 3% up, so we'll start putting a little bit more throttle in, just to assist the train going uphill. That tunnel's to the right. I don't think you can actually use them though. Yeah, it's just dead end those tunnels. Almost there. And there we go. Now track flattens out. It's a very fancy yard there. Got a proper crane going over the track and everything. Very nice. I wonder if any mess crates that you normally find at the side of all these tracks. Well, Hapag-Lloyd. So I've got some licensing. Who are you? We've got a... Is that a P&O ferries? No, Hapag-Lloyd, that's licensed. Hamburg Sud, so yeah, we've got that one as well, Hamburg. I think there's just the only two that have got license in the game, but it's not bad. I'm surprised Maersk haven't got licensing in here, because they're licensed pretty much on everything to do with freights. I mean, if ever use wish.com, literally everywhere you look on their site, it's Maersk cargo freights, Maersk cargo freights, Maersk cargo freights. Crazy. Anyways, we're turning up to the tracks, and then just shy of the red signals, we shall bring it to a halt. There we go.
The locomotive must now be uncoupled from the wagons. This is done by...
Fine, we'll do that now. This train is slightly rolling.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of this
Oh,
locomotive.
okay then.
More details on the controls can be found
And there we go. Tutorial is complete. I mean, if this is acceptable, then screw it, I'm driving it. The achievement unlocked. RO, top of the class. Yeah, a little bit over the speed limit when going up the hill there, but ultimately not terrible. Right, that's the main menu. Well, I've got missions this add-on comes with, and then we shall go straight into a timetable route. So we get 5 here. We've got setting out, freight diversion, commuter conclusion, technical difficulties, and Ruhr run. Not the longest set of missions in the world. I mean, we've got 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 25, 40, being the longest one. But every Thursday, we'll try and get one of these done, so do tune in for that. Now, let's go for journeys. Let's see what this one has. Continue current journey. We've got Rhein-Ruhr Osten. Continue journey in train sim worlds. New driver experience railway has to offer. So you got chapter 1, chapter 2. Ah, okay. So yeah, start off at the we'll start off doing a mission, and then essentially just do a few of the services that go back and forth. So what's the current journey? Nope, that was the instruction mission. I don't want to do that one again. Well, as soon as we load that, we'll just jump back out again, and then we'll load up a timetables route like I said we would. But what was I say? It's not bad looking by any means. The scenery detail's pretty good. Man, looks interesting though. Got the 2 branches. That's a breakaway in the eastern bit there. Be interesting to see how that kind of all pieces together by the end. And as well, this train should also come with the automatic announcements. So not automatic announcements, but you have got the destination display at the front and side of the train. Right. So, timetable. Going the 422, of course. Well, that being said, yeah, we get every single train we've got basically. It's got 185. That was 182 we used before. Hang on, no, that's the yeah, that's that one. I'm sure, yeah, well, sure it was the 185 we used. 1852, 1855. Ah, okay. So very slight difference, variation. Well, no Doppelstockwagen, so by the looks of things, that is something we won't get to ride, it's just part of the AI. Anyways, we'll have a look at what missions we've got here and how long they actually are as well. Doesn't show the length of them. We've got S8 and S9 routes, as well as a few more specials by the looks of things. We'll go for an S8, let's go for a full length one. We'll go from Hagen to Wuppertal. So Hagen is the station that we are common and familiar with from the previous add-on. And then the further west we go, the more of the route we get to look at and enjoy, part of the map that we've not seen before. Also, just interesting to see if the Hagen model will actually be the same as well. See how much of that is common from the previous add-on. And going forward, because I own both DLCs, is it right side I need to unlock? Yeah, right side. Now that I own both of them, will it give me the chance to... Door's not opening. Master key in. Press it forward. Ah, there we go. Right, okay, so key is required to open the doors. Oh yep, so if we go across the tracks this way, find a step. There we go. Where are you off to? Nick's trying some guide, so you're out of service. But this is the rail that we did use to go to Finnentrop in the previous DLC, so nice to see that back in action again. We'll head back into the train. We shall set everything up, ready to go. So passenger lights will turn on. Cab lights we don't need really. Headlights we'll go for high beams. Window heating no needs. Horn. So need single tone. Fair enough. Sander, turn it on or off if we need to. Lock the doors. And there we have it. Let's start off our service. We'll turn over to that. 1.1 kilometers to Hagen. Oh gosh. Veringhausen. Hagen, Veringhausen. Lightweight speeds, an achievement for this one. Whenever you get the new routes in the world, achievements are usually quite quick to get. Gosh, probably should be more aware of the points there before I start speeding off. Remember that for next time. I'll just stay on this rail now for the rest of the journey, and we do take the northern track. It's got a few more stops than the southern one. There we go, we do join up with the main freight line. Also on the raised bit of track. Actually no, the opposite, we actually break away from that line now. And they head on the quicker route to our destination. Man, the station on a 3% uphill gradient. I'm just surprised we're going to be able to leave this one. A bit of braking in. Train comes to a halt. Welcome to the stream, Maximilian. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chats. You're the instruction mission. Okay, so this is where we started off the introduction a couple of minutes ago. And if I have a look down here, see where the main line Just runs across. Not bad. It really is a good looking route, this. I mean, I'm loving this train, absolutely. This is definitely going to be a passenger focused mission pack for me as opposed to the freight. There are some like routes and trains in mod that is very much freight focus. But this for me will definitely be a passenger one. Loving the train. Absolutely loving it. Sounds great, feels great. It looks great as well. Yeah, this is a proper train. None of the cheap washing machine over glorified mess we usually get these days. The 92 stock on the central line. That really is just an over glorified washing machine, to be fair. Right, so leave a little bit of power in, so that's going uphill at quite a steep gradient. Okay, levels off, so cut the throttle back. And then do remember from the mission that the track splits off in a couple of moments, set of points. So we'll slow down for that, so there we go. And the station comes shortly after this point work here. And there it is. So we don't actually need to leave here until 28 past. We've arrived at 26. We've got 2 minutes or so just to walk around and see what cubing has to offer. We'll go through the first class compartment as well, just so it's a little bit different. And then we've got maps. Well, that's the first thing they always do for Trains in the World. You need to do the maps. I didn't catch what the other discoverables there were. Geschäft zur Haus, online Kaufen, online shopping. Man, this is a bit of a trash station, actually, I must say. Not much value here. We'll jump to the other side, see if there's anything more going on over there. Welcome Harry, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to chat. I'm not doing too bad, currently enjoying the new Trains in the World routes that we've now got. I'm really enjoying this. I mean, it's a fantastic looking route. The train itself is a pretty nicely done one as well. I'm really enjoying this. We've got a map down here, slightly high up, but there we go. We'll head back up to the train now. We need to depart in just over a minute. Still a few passengers walking out from the other end train to the exit. Yeah, it's 8 cars, and the cars themselves are actually not that lengthy, I must say. It's just a really long train. Anyways, back to the cab. Let's go to depart in a couple of minutes. Again, I'm loving the interior. This is a proper S-Bahn train. Proper, at least in this case, in the UK, it'd be an overground train basically, but loving it, really do. It looks great. Right, now close the doors, ready to depart. Probably a little early to be fair, but shouldn't be that much of a hassle. And there we go. Gotta say, train actually struggled more out of this station than it did in the last one. I think we were stationary for a little longer here, so shouldn't be too bad. Next station, Hagen Westbauer, platform 2. Have a look at the gun book. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Looking good. It's looking really good. So I'll definitely maybe try and cover a video on it at some point. But yeah, it's not too bad. And it's nice to see a British map as well. I mean, I remember obviously back in its early days when there were absolutely no left-hand drive maps and no British ones. Which, fair enough. I mean, it's a right-hand drive simulator, but what was the original one that came out? I think it was Durham. Durham was the original left-hand drive map, and that one was terribly done with the road markings in the wrong places, but at the time it was revolutionary. Yeah, obviously that's certainly come a long way since those early days. Right, get ready to slow down and stop in a couple of moments. Yes, I still have Buses of West Country. That map pretty much is the peak of left-hand drive maps in OMSI. That and the Cotterell one. That one's a pretty good one as well. Short, but very good. Right, so we got only about 20 seconds there actually. So we'll stop training now. Get ready to depart very shortly. And then here comes train the other tracks. Now on its way to arrive. Man. Yeah, just close the blinds. How un-British it is to have windows in the doors of trains. I mean, fair enough. Like train spots and all that, it's fun to look at the driver cab, but very different to what we've got here. Right, wait until 21. Wait another 10 seconds, that's fine. You're stopping at the station I used 4 years at school. Oh, is this your local line? Oh wow, that must be great for you then. I mean, the closest line that I've got in train spot right now for me is the Great Western, which is a line that I had used a few times between Hazelhington and Maidenhead. So a bit of a route that I do recognise, but in your case, this is like your actual local line, because I've got two main lines actually close to me, to where I live in the Great Western, but I'm sure this is quite cool for you. It was, then you moved back to Krakow. Ah, so you're Polish, I presume? Maximilian, yeah, that name surely are. Do you po polsku czy nie? Moja mama jestem polsku. Right, let's our way to the next station. Yes, tack. Right, we'll slow down a tiny bit, speed limit has changed. Gervsburg Nap platform 2 is our next station. Ale masz bardzo drzwi akcent. Co nam będę mówiłem? No jestem cało angielsku. Moje po polsku nie jest bardzo dobre. Useful because a lot of Polish people seems to love their simulators out of anything else. OMSI, Train Simulator, and Euro Trucks are very Polish heavy. But nah, my Polish ain't too great. to wait here for a couple of moments. Again, a very peaceful station, very out of the way. I mean, look at the graffiti, look at some of the run-down shelters. It's probably a bit of a track that hasn't maybe seen that much love in the last couple of years. Bin over here, cigarette bin. It's a very different route. I do like it. Do you have the Class 508 reskin for the 313, which is Silverlink Metro and Overground deliveries? No, I don't. It's not really a train I'm that interested in, truth be told. But, yeah, what can I say? Right, close the doors. Go to the parts. You have FSX and open rails. I've got FSX, but I've not used it in a little while. I've got S-Bahn 11, which is on main sim at the moment. I've got Train Sim World as well as Train Simulator 2020, so got those two, the main dovetail ones. What else do I have? I've got Euro Trucks, so I haven't played that one in a little while. But I really should. I do need to get that Finno-Russia map pack as well. The next I've got includes Diesel Railcar Simulator. Haven't played enough of that recently, I really should do. I mean, I've pretty much got your main sims at the moment. Next station is Geversberg Hauptbahnhof in 1.3 kilometres. Got a little bit of journey for that. What train would I say is my favourite? For you, it's the pep trains. For me, it's the 166. Sorry, boring, I know. But class 166 and 165. Proper diesel locomotives. Never faulted them. Coming a little too fast for the station, but regardless, given the braking power of these trains as well as the length of them, I mean that was pretty much full speed to 0 the moment you enter the platform. So passengers now board trains here. We'll open the blinds again just for the sake of having them open. We've got a bus there. Hang on, let's have a look at this bus. I know this ain't OMSI, but it's got sounds. The door's on the wrong side. No, sorry, that is the right side. Just a really awkward. Probably the bus is just facing the wrong way around, to be fair. Got a road over here, car driving on it, which is always good to see. And that's our time here finished. Can't like the 165 and 166. I think they're a bit loud but good. What's the difference between the two units apart from 165 being 2 cars and 167 3 cars? A 165 can also have 3 cars as well. The only difference is, when it was first built, the 165 did not have an air conditioner, and so you could open the windows. A 166 has got an air conditioner, and therefore the windows were locked. And so, with the fact that the newer train, the 166, has an air conditioner, it means that the chassis and bogies are ever so slightly different. Not by much, but ultimately it's the chassis that's different, and air conditioning. But then, the 165s in the early 2000s then got air conditioning retrofitted into them. And so they're still 165s, but technically they're now 166s in terms of the insides. Exactly the same. Oh yes, and the 165s went mainly onto Chiltern services, while the 166s were majoritively Great Western services, because the back when they were separated out and privatised, the Chiltern regions got the 165s, while the Western region, so British Rail West, got the 166s. Your favourite UK trains, the 802. Ouch, I don't like them. Your favourite Polish train is the Pesa Elf. I quite like the EU 07, the EP 07, the intercity express trains in Poland. They're old, they're slow, but gosh, they work great. Yeah, the EP and EU 07s. Heck of a train. Heck of a train. Proper Soviet engineering. Welcome, Mike. Welcome, Shadow. Welcome to the chats. You hate the Polregio trains. I'm trying to think. Where have I ridden Polregio? Rzeszów to Józefov. That's it. Rzeszów to Rzeszów to Józefov. I've ridden it. I've been on worse. They're a train. What do you expect? I'm trying to think. What's the worst train I've been on? Probably the one that goes. Well, just before that, which was Leżajsk to Rzeszów. Even then, it wasn't that bad at all. Well, it's actually really are close together. Yeah, I've never really been on a train in Poland that I've particularly disliked. Well, I haven't yet been on the Pendolino trains. I know that opinions in Poland are quite mixed about them, if they're good or not. Pendolino trains. Right, doors left open. Pendolino is the best. Fair enough. Yeah, I've not ridden it yet, but if I do, it'll either be... They don't go down to Rzeszów, I don't think, so the closest I'd probably get to them... Do they go as far as, what's it? What's that? Hang on. Lublin. Do they go as far as Lublin? If they do, maybe one day Lublin to Warsaw, Warszawa, or, Lublin to Gdańsk. My favourite flight simmer is train simming. I likes that. Nah, with train sim, I like all simulators. I like bus simulators, so OMSI is the main one I go for. Train simulators, Train Sim 1, Train Simulator XX are my two main go-tos. And then flight sim, at the moment 611. I have got P3D, never really used it too much. And then FSX, I've used a lot more actually, even since getting a P3D. And then the new Microsoft 2020, that's been announced. Very excited to see how that one goes, especially the announcement earlier today. It was looking great. You rode from Krakow Główny to Kołobrzeg. Whereabouts is Kołobrzeg? Whereabouts in Poland are you based in? So whenever I'm in Poland, it's usually south-east towards Bielogorod. You can little English speak, you speak German. I'm afraid German's one of those languages that I don't speak too much of. I mean, I can say hello, which is, actually, good morning is, or hello is, or good day, it's Guten Tag. Good Morgen is, good morning. Good Abend, good afternoon. Ein, Schwein, dry. No, I actually can't. I used to be able to count to 10 German, but I don't remember how to now. It's a very limited language for me. Kołobrzeg, the most beautiful city by sea I saw. I'll note it down, have a look at it on Google later. Ich habe 4 Jahre in Deutschland. Yeah, no chance. Sorry. Do you think Train was better than 19 for European train simming? I don't know, because the thing about Train Sim World and Train Simulator, the big problem with Train Sim Worlds, while it looks fantastic and it sounds fantastic and all that as well, the problem is, whoops, set of points there, should have slowed down for it. It just doesn't have enough routes at the moment, enough scenarios. And that's the limiting factor with it. You look at Train Simulator, that's got 10-15 years of content just sitting there ready for you to download and use. But I like it, I really do like it. Morgan Heist, good morning or tomorrow. Morgan Heist, okay. Try to remember that one. You live in the Isle of Rügen. Yes, I've heard of that, it's not bad. Very quiet area. Now I'm trying to catch up with some of the messages now. All of a sudden everyone's talking. And also I probably should keep on driving. Going way too fast. Way too fast. And the station is very shortly ahead of us as well. There we go. Double decker train to right. So I'm certain that you could do a whole service from Finnentrop to this new destination, Wuppertal. Now, if it's possible to connect 2 services together, you could be able to do like a massive free train, like 2 hours driving. I'll have to see if that is possible, or see if it's possible in the menu. We'll see if that's something that Dovetail plan to implement in the future. If it does, then it'd be a great idea. Like, seriously, bringing all your maps together. I'd love that. Right, so let's have a walk around, shall we? Nice elevated platform with a gap and fence there. Can't... Ooh, maybe I can. No, I can't run off the fence there. That would have been interesting. Am I getting any closer to it? Was the invisible wall just enough to stop me? Yeah, no, not getting past. Oh well, back to the train. Close the doors. Let's get ready to depart. Schwelm West, 12:48. Just a minute and a half to get there. 5 kilometers. Yeah, you really want to 508 in trains in 2020 because you have certain routes to run on, such as London Bridge and other places. 508. Yeah, it'd be interesting to have that on Train Sim for sure. Even if it was one of those, like, what do they call the packs? The ones that are like just a train on its own, but like a high quality professional version. That's it. Just see if they'd like one of those pro versions of that. I remember the last one they did was the Class 390 for Virgin Trains, and that was a pretty popular one. Despite the fact there weren't really that many routes available for it. But there is that free where, yeah, I'm going to overshoot this station by a little bit. Free where, what's it called? West Coast Main Line from Euston to Birmingham New Street. I still need to download that, mainly because I'm missing 1 or 2 of the route markers for it, but certainly something I'm going to have to look into getting. Right, doors ready to close. 12:48, 25. What games do I have? I've got your major simulators, first off. Games I enjoy playing. Arma 3 is pretty good. I've always enjoyed a bit of Arma. What else do I really play? Watch Dogs 2. I've enjoyed both Watch Dogs games, including the original. I was like one of the very few people to actually complete the whole mission, the whole campaign. I've also enjoyed... I'm really trying to think, what games do I really enjoy playing? It's one of those like... I have a lot, but I don't know which ones I really enjoy. I'll check my list when we stopped. I'll see what my most recent games are. Ooh, I should probably even do that. This is the station, yes, so... Okay, that was the high speed train, but here you go. Got a little pathway, which heads down to the platforms below. Up above, you've got the track, which crosses over. And this bit of track you can drive on as part of the mission. You've got a siding just to your north there. And, yeah, it's a really, really nice bit of map, this. Really nice detailed. Probably my favourite bits, actually. Right, Watch Dogs, Explain, Train Sim Worlds. Man, my list of recently played games really ain't that much. I mainly enjoy simulators, basically. Not much I drift away from that. Right. Although actually I will say, very excited for Watch Dogs 3. Set in a slightly futuristic London, which is a pretty interesting way to set it up. Definitely a bit of a politically driven game because it's made by Ubisoft Paris, so the French branch of Ubisoft. And as the developers call it, it's post-Brexit London. So obviously, whatever's going on right now in the government, not gone on too well, I must say. But hey, we'll see how Brexit goes. We've got I know Boris is currently in Brussels talking about an extension, and then on Saturday we'll find out if an extension's been given for it or not. But hey, let's try and keep politics away from games, shall we? Wuppertal Oberbarmen, next station. Something I should have done is it this panel here? And we'll open the doors. Which panel is it which gives you the destination displays? It's not this. I'm sure it's this one here. I could be wrong. Lock doors. That train's also passing as well. Onwards we go. Your voice is so realistic for your PAs. Thank you very much. Is it? Is it? I don't know. I mean, the only bit of railway I do is my weekend volunteering, which actually is also tomorrow. So for those who don't know, I volunteer at the Rhein-Rurh Railway. How does it look? Tomorrow I'm doing ticket duty, then on Sunday, platform duty. So platform duty is when my PA skills come into action. Have to tell passengers where to go and what to do. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Something to kill the weekends. And what's railway related as well. Right, next station is not too far away. Again, I'm certain that if there is like a destination that works, that'd be it. And it's automatic. which is why I see up there. Train to my right, going parallel for a bit, but unfortunately, like him, we have a station to stop at. Is he stopping as well? Looks like he is. Ah, hang on, which one is this? This is the 1852. Is it 185? 146, sorry. And the 185 is the freight train, sorry. But yeah, you're coming to a halt here. You're out of service, new expansion guys, so you should be not moving. As we're now ready to lock doors. And onwards we go to Wuppertal Unterbarmen platform 3. 2 kilometers. We've got a minute and a half to get there. Right. Will you play a Polish map on Train Sim World? The problem is there is no Polish map on Train Sim World. So as much as I'd like to say yes, there isn't one. I'm trying to think if there's also one for Train Simulator 2020, but I don't think there is either. Download Open Rails. I've been meaning to. It's not something I've got yet, but I'll have a look into it. And if it's worth doing a stream on or a video on, then I'll have a look at it for sure. Right, Wuppertal Unterbarmen. Should be visible. Oh, right now it's visible. Use the emergency brake to slow down, just so I have any hopes of actually stopping on the platform. You can tell I'm a professional train driver, can you? Download the CMK add-ons, Centralina, Magistrava, Kovedjova. Opening the runs. Okay, we'll have a look at that for sure. And likewise, in case I forget, drop me a line on Discord. I'll happily look to it later as well. Right, so we've got 2 passengers coming. So that's the Doppelstockwagen. Doppelstockwagen's facing the opposite directions to one another. You don't normally get that. In fact, yeah, that one's the right way around. The other one, at least compared to the previous map going out of Hagen, not the way it's supposed to face. But then again, depends on where the services terminate and which ends are facing the platform, either the cab end or the city end. Sorry, cab end or the trail end. Basically, in the UK, the train, the way it faces, is always determined. First class is closest to City of London. It's closest to terminus. So all trains leading out of London, it's always at the back. So Great Western is always close to the barriers. West Coast always close barriers. East Coast close barriers. It's always closest to the barriers. And then the furthest away from London, the outs of London way, is the normal services. So excited for the new voice codec for that sim. Was it much clearer? Absolutely. The new voice codec for that sim, I'm super excited to try it out. Well, I have tried it out. I've used it twice. But I can't wait to use it in the rest of the world trains for X-Plane and what other sim as well. It really is a game changer. And for those who's watched my interviews at the Flight Sim show last weekend, Also speaks to Gunnar Lindor, the head of that sim, to talk about a bit more of what the new voice codec does as well. I believe it's actually the final stop on the line as well. Yep, this is our terminus for today. And there we go. Lock doors on the left. So actually, is there another station we stop at or not? According to the map, there is one more just up ahead. I don't know if we go there or not. Nah, it's not really a terminal stop, this ain't it? Wuppertal Steinbeck. Nah, I don't think so. Lock doors. Okay, maybe we do. Wuppertal Steinbeck platform 3. The trains while leaving, which is you. I'm going parallel with the last couple of stops. Obviously, one of us with better acceleration than the other. It's a very fancy bit of route, this I must say. The scenery is almost lifelike, actually. I'm looking out to the horizon as well. This is very, very nicely done. It's certainly the best I've seen it from Train Sim World so far. It's a little bit short, so we need to put more power in. It does give PZB another go. Oh yes, absolutely. Hang on. If I can even stop the trains in the right places would help. Right. Well, we've just come to the end of this scenario. We'll do a freight service next. We'll do it with PZB on. Now I've got a chance to try to route out. Do I have infinite flights? I have got infinite flights, but I don't have the subscription, which gives me the whole worlds and the multiplayer features. I've only got the base game as such. And there we go. Lock doors. And then that should be the end of that in terms of scenario. There we go. Not terrible. A little bit over speed limit in some portions, but ultimately can't complain for a first run. Yeah, it's about 40 minutes of services, so actually I will say for 20 kilometre length of track, 40 minutes. It's a bit longer than I was expecting, to be fair. You just got the Infinite Flight ATC thing. Sounds good. Try the 1855 if you got the. If you can lower the international pantos. Give it a go, shot. Right, head back into main menu. And load up your 1855. Yeah, no worries. You'll just have to tell me which switch it is I'm looking for. We'll load it up, have a look at the pantos, and then we'll go for the 1852. Hang on. Timetable. See, I got the. I know it's 1855 if you want. Sorry, I was getting confused with the. I get confused. You've got the 1852, which is the old one. It comes with a livery as well. Does it come to black? No, it's just the 3 different branches of DB. But yeah, 1855. Thanks for following Twitch, Adrini, much appreciated. Much appreciated. Right, we shall do petroleum from Hagen to Wuppertal. Sounds good to me. Actually, no, we'll do that. Should be on center console. At DB logo, it should give you more country images to choose from if implemented. Okay, we'll have a look at that then for sure. Again, just got to go through the Train Sim World loading PowerPoint. I mean, I'm running normal missions as opposed to the what you call it? The hang on. Right. Yeah. Once you get used to the what was I really gonna say? I have absolutely forgotten what I was gonna say. Once you get used to something, something else happens. The trains drive Netherlands passenger services under the name NS186. So you hope there will be a blue, yellow NS livery. I mean, I don't think there won't be one by default, but it is possible to actually mod the train sim world files to actually give it delivery. Right, so what am I looking for your international pantos? You send one there. I'm afraid I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for. Just by the logo, I'm afraid there is no logo I'm using as reference. Passenger doors, horn, PZB, shunting control, the center screen, okay. That's the on and off screen. Ooh, England 1-0 Czech Republic, that's good. There should be a DB logo with a button next to it. I can see a DB logo, but I can't press the button next to it, I'm afraid. What's this? You've got different electric modes. There we go. Nope, we got it. Got DB. So where do you say your local one is? NL. So these are your options. Any of these yours? DPB should be sorry, OB should be different. Pan settings, lower your panto, select OB and then raise it. Okay, so pantographs we shall lower. I'm not too sure, I'm afraid. Let's get out of this menu. So let's Deutsche Bahn again, just close it. There we go, DB. Either it's broken it, or it doesn't work, I'm afraid. Let me restart it. Hang on, restarts. Try that again for you. It's quite interesting actually to see if it has got the international modes. And if it does work as it should do, then who knows? Ultimately, Train Sim World could extend into other countries outside of your standard Germany, UK and America. Right, so that doesn't do anything. Pantograph is not lower, I'm afraid. Okay. It was fun while it lasted. But it doesn't look like that we'll be able to reset your pantograph. At least maybe not yet. Nope, nothing I'm afraid. Ooh. Pardon me. Right. Pantograph forwards. OBB. I can press enter all day, but it won't do anything. To which one logo stays. Use the horn. Yeah. Don't think you can do much with it other than just look at the menu, I'm afraid. Welcome back, Harry. Right, let's do this again. So pantograph back up, circuit breaker close. Train goes forwards. Go by location. Enter petal. We're watching 45 kilometers an hour. I presume that means don't exceed 45. There's a flashing 70. There's flashing 85. No idea what this means again, but hey, we'll carry on. So we're leaving the yards just outside of Hagen, which is somewhere that we had seen a few times with the previous routes DLC. I'm trying out the map, but all this time this is frozen the game. There we go. How far does it go? Actually quite a little bit, actually, I must say. More than I was expecting, but then again, that's a bit of a map that was pretty much like pre-built, so as a result, it wasn't the longest time for it to build. And let's go through Hagen and make our way out again. I mean, it's nice they got the menu. I mean, SNCF, I presume that's the French services as well. But maybe one day, like I say, we'll see like cross-country gameplay once Train 1 has expanded enough. Sound the horn. Right, it's up to 70 now, the 45 has now disappeared. Smash that I wanted. Up to 70, so throttle cuts. Question, go ahead. What you got in mind, Maximilian? As you can see, because we are on our freight train, we're taking the fast lines and not the slow lines, which sits over that way slightly. You can see the bridge where the track goes. We play armour, and if you will, can I join in? When I play armour all the time. Can you join in? I mean, I use a few multiplayer servers, a couple of them I quite enjoy it. And so if you ever catch me around one of those, then sure, one of the missions servers that I do quite like is what's it called? What are they called? There's a tactical mission one which I do really enjoy. The missions that they provide are really good. I just can't remember what it was called to save my life. I'll try and find the name. JSOC, something JSOC. 8th JSOC, something like that. They're a good set of missions, I do enjoy them. Yeah, going uphill, so bit of power, just keep the train going. Maybe Milson movie off. We'll see. I'm not a fan of kicking on the hills, but Milson's I do quite enjoy. It's a nice long straight bit of track this, so perfect time just to put the throttle up. Let's go right to max speed, 120 we've just hit. Kilometers an hour, not miles, must be said, so only about 80 miles per hour. But regardless, hang on. The G is flashing. What does that mean again? Yeah, I really need to do one day just, again, sit down, properly focus on CFAR, especially if we're doing the German missions over the next couple of weeks, but yeah, the flashing G. Crossing. Foot crossing that, but again, use the horn just signal to others that they're coming through. And now go via location, ends in just over 3 kilometers now, so it won't be too now far until we jump to the next bit. I must say, it's been a really nice scenario this. The map itself looks amazing, it really does. Especially the closer we get towards the other side as well, closer we get towards Wuppertal, it really does look fantastic. Do I have a stream planned for this weekend? Saturday night I'll probably do an X-Plane 11 stream. One last time using the old VATSIM codec. But other than that, mainly just railway volunteering this weekend.
Zwangsbremsung, 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 Zwangsbremsung.
What was that? Over speeds? Something, I'm not too sure. Regardless, the train is slowing down and we'll probably come to a halt. Saturday morning, Armour 3. Saturday morning, tomorrow morning, I'm doing live volunteering, so I'm afraid not. Are we fighting the train brakes? How odd. As long as you're accelerating, that's alright. Yeah, Wuppertal, coming up to next very shortly. The location is indicated, 4.1 kilometres. Very nice looking train as well, actually, I will say. Midnight Black. MRCE. I assume they're a privatised German freight company. There should be headlights, suppose. Are they meant to be reds? It's another thing that I'm a little confused by this add-on. Are those lights supposed to be reds? Brakes release sands, desk lights and master instrument lights. It's the only bit that doesn't quite fit. Everything else works fine. As we'll carry on. A few bits of shrubbery there growing on the tracks, moments ago.
Zwangsbremsung. 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 Zwangsbremsung.
Continue to then train down.
Zwangsbremsung. 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 Zwangsbremsung.
Oh, we're going to a halt.
Zwangsbremsung.
Let's see if that clears the message.
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
I'm not too sure. If we put the throttle back in, will train move?
Zwangsbremsung.
No, it won't. Okay. Yeah, we'll turn off PZB, I think. We'll continue without it.
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
No, boy, it won't die. Cuts the circuits.
Zwangsbremsung.
No, boy, it's off. PZB off.
Zwangsbremsung.
Kill it. Battery.
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
Oh boy.
Zwangsbremsung.
How do I kill it?
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
How do I kill it?
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
Power back in.
Zwangsbremsung.
Put the throttle back.
Zwangsbremsung.
That is so weird.
Zwangsbremsung.
Oh, there we go. We're driving again.
Zwangsbremsung. 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 Zwangsbremsung.
I don't even know what it means. Sangstrenzum.
Zwangsbremsung.
Sangstrenzum. What does it mean?
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
Let me ask Google Translate.
Zwangsbremsung.
Have there been any updates with wagons, rural or not? Not too sure. I don't know.
Zwangsbremsung. 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 Zwangsbremsung.
I don't know why it's saying it. Hang on.
Zwangsbremsung.
German, Google translates.
Zwangsbremsung.
Always says the answers. Especially going way too fast there. Zwangsbremsung.
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 Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
No,
Zwangsbremsung.
I can't even pronounce it right, so I can't even get Google Translate to understand what I'm saying.
Zwangsbremsung.
All I know is that it won't shut up.
Zwangsbremsung.
As a result,
Zwangsbremsung.
we're driving this thing blaring in our ears the rest of the journey.
Zwangsbremsung. 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 Zwangsbremsung.
I don't know.
Zwangsbremsung.
We'll carry on regardless.
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
We need 2.5 kilometers now from our destination, Wuppertal Lungerfield siding. Once you reach that,
Zwangsbremsung.
hopefully we can then pick a different train without PCB. We'll go for the passenger train with it turned on, see how that one lasts.
Zwangsbremsung.
What was it? The S9 routes we did last time, so we'll see.
Zwangsbremsung.
We'll try a different line, same sort of track, but maybe a slightly different route. We'll see. Slightly downhill, so a bit of braking just to slow us down.
Zwangsbremsung. 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 Zwangsbremsung.
And there we are. Now, little German train conductor's outfit. It's a fun little line, this. So we are carrying petroleum. A few cars. We're actually mixed freight, I believe, but the majority of that is going to be petroleum.
Zwangsbremsung.
Alright, let's go slow down now, since we're very close to our destination now.
Zwangsbremsung. 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 Zwangsbremsung.
There you go, so we've got a few Hapag-Lloyd wagons, as well as Hamburg Suds, but otherwise, that's about it for the licensed freighters. So train down, then right towards the end of the track here, so towards the crane I believe. Actually a bit closer than that. About here we need to stop, if I overshot it slightly. If it wants us to reverse, we can reverse. No, that accepts it. No idea what we're saying there, but hey, we made it to the end in a relatively alright time. It's only 8 minutes. A bit longer than that, but hey. Right, we're level 151 still. Level 5 on Rhein-Ruhr Osten. Now level 2 on 1.55. Right, we'll do one more service. So we head back to the main menu. Okay, we'll do a passenger run again. And we'll head back towards Hagen from the new place. Main Spessart. It's not Main Spessartbahn. So no, it is Ruhrsieg Nord then. Main Spessartbahn is not what's thinking. So it's Ruhrsieg Nord, which is Finnentrop to Hagen. And then this one, which is from Wuppertal to Hagen. So like I say, it would be nice if maybe one day connects the two DLCs together. Just have one massive 3 line that goes between the two. There's a bit of timetable. We'll do it in the 422. Yes, it is Bombardier. What was it built? 07 to 11. Ooh, Alstrom as well. Fair play. So one service. Got a medal. Always good to see. That was an S8 and S9. RB48. Is that a stock movement? I mean, it's a very tiny bit of the map, but we'll see. Again, we've got another one of these short ones. Okay, we'll do one of these short ones. And then afterwards, we'll do another service as well. We'll see what these short ones are. And if we're going to try out the whole range of the map when it's just out of release, I'll just give it all a go. Give it the time it needs. But, as I say, it's a really, really good looking map, this one. The level of detail so far throughout the entire, like, rural and even the city areas as well. It looks fantastic. It really does. Right, here we go. Unlock the doors. Do it right on the sides. PCB unisolated. There we go. Oops, hang on. Let's set the train into forward as well before I can open doors. There we go. Ah, so we're a shorter 4-car train today. In this service, we're only 4 cars, not the full 8 sets, so it means acceleration and braking probably a little bit faster than the service doing earlier on. RB48 Colin Hubbaunhof. Or, sorry, Horbaunhof even shouldn't be. That's my German. There's a reason that I didn't really need to learn too much German. I did about 1 year of it in primary school. Most primary school was learning French. Right, onwards we go. That was quick. No, exceeded 45, so it's gonna call me out for that one. Gosh, that is ear piercing. Right, my biggest mistake of the day. Turn on a PZB. Gosh, even from outside the train you can just hear that high pitched alarm. Sorry, people of Germany, I have caused this on you. I don't like PZB. If I didn't like it before, I certainly don't like it now. What we have in the UK, DSD and the other one I forget the name of. All you need to do is press a button when the signal's not green. And then once you press the cancel button, it cancels the alarm, not blares out in your face the whole time. Wuppertal Barman's next. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat, both of you. One on Twitch, one on YouTube. How are you two doing? Yeah, apologies for the sounds. I have no idea how to turn it off. And it's to do with CIFA. We'll get to Wuppertal Barman and I'll try and turn it off. But I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Turn off trains in worlds. Right, we'll open the doors and then we'll cut all the power to the train. Come on, we've lowered the pantographs. There should be no power getting to this train. Yeah, whatever this alarm is, still sounds. Make it stop, please. What have I done to deserve this? What are you guys saying? Sorry. No, I'm not playing armor. I'm not playing armor. Right, we'll close the doors. We'll raise the pantographs. Close the circuit breaker. There! It's gone. Oh, thank goodness. Wow, that was the most painful thing I've ever had to endure. Yeah, cheers for that. Much appreciated. Yeah, welcome channel. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? There we go. Our little, this is, Leipzig, no. Is it Dortmund that, this map is based around? So remember, Hagen, it's on the outskirts of one major German city. It's not Leipzig, I think it's Dortmund. I've been trained to a halt. We'll remove PZB because I just don't understand the system. And I'll release the switch. I don't understand it. It's such a... There. I don't understand it. We'll turn it off, carry on without it. One day, I'll sit down and learn PZB. But it's just such a system that I don't understand. How does it work? So I can see it's like a 85 flash on the screen. Or something, I've just done it again. Great job, Drawyah. Please end yourself already. How does it work, PZB? What am I doing wrong? Apart from in this case, turning on my trains in motion. And there's a speed limit on the dashboards. Do I need to keep to that speed limit, or why does it let me go so much above it before it alerts me? It's off! The system's turned off! Train Sim World, why'd you do this to me? Well, this is the last station at the end of the line, so at least I'm not suffering for too long. Note to self: do not turn on PZB in this scenario. I mean, I'm sure it's easy to understand. I mean, just because I'm so used to AFB and all the UK systems, DSD as well. Just because I'm not used to the German systems, it's why I don't understand it too well. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, that's the RB48 now concluded. And not a service I'm ever going to drive again, given my experience with it. While we're here, let's just walk down the cab. Let's enjoy the interior of the train at least, so we can enjoy something in this scenario. Because it really is a beautiful looking train. In fact, at some point maybe we can just do a whole passenger run. No, in fact, there's a train over there, that's a passenger service. Let's get on that train. As far as the passenger next station, you shouldn't be departing in too long. And again, you've got a red signal right now, and what's causing you? Nothing really, it's just a red signal. So in that case, will we actually ever depart? That's the question. This is a 4-car set as well, so not a full length. The S9 to Wuppertal of Baunhof. Right, so that's not going anywhere. Let's jump back to the cab, close the doors, and end this scenario. And there we go. Got there in the end. Right, so we'll go back to the main menu, we'll do one more service, and then we'll call it a night for Train Sim World. Timetable, go for passenger run again. This time not turn PZB on. I'll do an opposite direction, I'll go from Wuppertal Steinbeck. Ooh, this takes the express track actually. So S8. Is this not really just that tiny bit of leg? Hang on. How do these routes work then? Because it looks like they all take the express track, where there's no stops and long stretch straight. But the one I took earlier actually with the medals, what was that one like on the map? That one also claims to be on the fast line, although I know for a fact it wasn't because I stopped at the station, so maybe it's just displayed wrong. And we'll do an evening service, so we'll go for 5:45. Wuppertal Steinbeck. Okay, we'll do the next one. Hagen. No, let's finish off at Hagen. There we go. The 1758. So there's one last service, head on south. Actually, we're heading towards the east, as opposed to the north and south. This is east and west. I think it's a good 40-minute service as well, so something nice to bring into the stream. Not been terrible. Bit of a service I don't understand, but ultimately it's my fault more than anything. I mean, the route itself I've been very impressed with, don't get me wrong. It's really well done by Dovetail. I'm very glad driving it. Don't open doors, sorry, because we've got to pass straight away. Welcome back, Owen. How you doing, man? Welcome back to the channel. How are you? Right, first station, Wuppertal Hauptbahnhof. Open train to a halt, got plenty of platform to stop at. This is an 8-car service, so got the full length to deal with for this one. Welcome Synchronize, how you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to the chat. How am I? Not too bad, not too bad. Getting ready to volunteer at the railway tomorrow. Can't make it to Worley. Ah, that's a shame. What are you up to? You just busy that weekend, or what's up? It's end of next month. So is it end next month or end of this month? I can't remember. End of some month this year, but what's your thing? What's the difference between class 450 and 444? Not much to my understanding. I'm afraid I don't know. I'm afraid I don't know. Right, next station, Wuppertal Unterbarmen, platform 4. Wuppertal Unterbarmen. Ticket prices are hundreds. Oh, too expensive, sorry. I'm reading that off a small chat. It's something that says like 100 quids, but can't be that bad. What's too expensive, the train prices or the show ticket prices? I mean, admittedly, because I'm there with Dovetail Games, I'm going in on a show like hosting ticket, but can't be that bad, can it? Station coming up now. Coming a little fast, but racing train's good enough just to bring it to halts regardless. In fact, not even too much brake in that case. Trains, cross-country haven't put their prices up this year, but about 25%. Ouch. Okay, fair enough. That is quite a bit of a steep increase. Which is why, always book your tickets. I forget, it's either 11 weeks in advance or 7 weeks in advance. Basically, as soon as the train schedules become available, that's when tickets are their cheapest. They never go down after. So when I booked for the Flight Sim show Cosford last weekend, the show was last weekend, but the tickets I booked months ago. So, hang on, I booked them in July. August, September, October... it's 11 weeks. Book your train tickets 11 weeks to the day before you travel. That's when they're cheapest. As soon as the train gets booked in, that's when it always goes up, down. 450's 4 coaches, 444's 5 cars per train, 450's 2 doors, 444's single leaf doors. Yeah, doors. But in terms of the like underlying train itself, how it's built and all that, pretty much the same. It's just the body is different. Right, onwards we go. Wuppertal Barmen, platform 4, and 1.9 kilometers. And so, riding in the evening, by the time we finished, in the game time, about 25 to 7, so we should get a chance to see quite a nice little sunset as we continue this journey. Although admittedly we're facing away from the sun, so maybe we'll just be watching the sky change colours and the shadow change colours. PZB and CFAR, just go back to about 20 minutes ago in the stream, and you can see why I don't have PZB and CFAR turned on. That system just scares me. I have no idea how it works. And all it does is it just, one, the freight train we're driving, it was just shouting at me in German. And then the last one I was running a passenger train. It was just high-pitched alarms and no idea what to do. Because everything I seemed to do was just wrong. Try booking at the end of August. 50 quid each way. Gosh. I mean, are cross country your only journey, or is there like any other alternatives you can take? Because that is a bit steep. Have you also tried the ticket splitting websites? They're always a good shout for cheaper train tickets, but it is steep. Must admit, that is steep what you're looking at right now. Nice little screenshot. Shame there's no people walking right now, because that would have been quite a nice extra screenshot of the shadow. Got 1.5 minutes actually, so maybe I can grab a screenshot. That's quite nice. That was quite nice. We'll see. Maybe I'll get on the screenshot composition later. Anyway, it's got 1.5 minutes actually, so we need to depart, so we'll use this as an opportunity just to walk around, see what there is in the station. We've got this phone box. We've got a passenger train there who will be running parallel to me in my other part. Ticket machine doesn't do anything. Got an underground passageway, which should have a map. Not this one, admittedly. No trespassing sign. Ah, okay, so trespassing signs. One of the things got to collect. We're now departing, that's fine. And 30 seconds. So a really long platform this as well, I must say. It's a bit of a journey getting from the front to the back. And here you go underground. No ticket machine, got a lift there. Back up again. Not oh, hang on, there's a map there. Looking good. We'll now teleport back into our train because time-wise we'll never be able to make it back walking. Lock the doors. And onwards we go. Only cross-country direct. You prefer direct. Unfortunately, prices will double next year when you turn 16. I don't mind indirect routes. So, for example, I'm trying to think, what's the longest detour I've ever taken? I think it may be from Birmingham to London. Last weekend, actually. But yeah, usually whenever I go to Birmingham, I take either Virgin trains because they're the quickest and sometimes cheapest, or a London Midland service, if I'm going a bit closer, say Milton Keynes. But whenever I'm in Birmingham, usually it's Virgin trains to Euston, and then a Met line to where I am. But sometimes, if the prices look better, I'll do a Chiltern service to Marylebone, and then wait 40 minutes for a different train and make my way back to where I am. It's a bit of a long journey. And then the train itself is also slower, but ultimately you get some really good prices in Chiltern. So last time I took Chiltern from Birmingham, Moor Streets to London Marylebone, it's something like £4.50 for the whole journey, which is very good. Very good for a train in the UK. And to be fair, my outbound journey is like £6.50 because again, I use that little trick 11 weeks in advance for your best price tickets. Should have paid attention there. Should have paid attention. That's my fault entirely. Will we make the platform? We may make the very end of the platform. Again, a very professional train driver I am. No one can doubt it. Bauhaus. This will be a supermarket. Well, I can't get to the front, I'm afraid. And then go, yeah, you also, it says in here as well. We're also off to Hagen. Oh, hang on. What am I wearing then? Yeah, I'm wearing the full train conductor's outfit, hat and tie and everything. And she's sitting in front of this train passenger service. It's like jeans and a top. I take it Germany's quite linyness on their train driver outfits. No, I'm just a bit try-hard when it comes to my outfits. Anyways, throttle forward, let's go. Next station, Wuppertal Langerfeld. Wuppertal Langerfeld. Unfortunately, you don't often know what you're doing 11 weeks in advance. I don't either, but usually I know what I'm doing at least 6 weeks in advance when I look at my calendar. If you ever look at my Google Calendar, that thing is just a mess. It's hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of places I'm going to, things I'm booked in for, railway volunteering days. But that being said, I do like it. So the place I'm at, we use something called Sign Up Genius. And basically, whenever you book in for a job at the railway, it automatically puts it into the calendar. So it means I don't ever have to put it in manually, and it just updates whenever it goes on. And say if I get transferred to a different job, or the day gets cancelled due to bad weather or anything, then it automatically removes it from my calendar, and it means I don't have to see it when it updates it. It's a very, very nice platform, Sign Up Genius. And also makes for a much easier weekend management as well. Then West, next station. I believe that's where it now starts to, starts to break away from the main line. And then we take the back routes down some of the stations here. You did find components to German trains, 800 sprinters. Cabs so crowded. Oh yeah, most trains in the world are less crowded than what we've got in the UK. Play something else, getting boring. Come on. No, this is a Train Smart live stream. We're doing Train Smart. Right. $800 meters from our next station, so we'll start braking very shortly. There we go. Bring train to a halt. Open left doors. Quite a short platform this actually, I will say, here at Schvelm. Have a look around while we're here. I mean, definitely short compared to the other stations. So when it just fits the train, no real extra room to manoeuvre. First aid points, there we go. In fact, it's probably quite important to have first aid at platforms. I'm sure if the German stations, if any station in the world is like this understocked, there'd be questions asked. At least in the UK, you can apply for a defibrillator, which gets put just about in every shop and every corner. Right, power in. Another pathetic horn. Well, it's only single tone, no dual tone, and this is how it sounds. Yeah, not the best horn ever. There are better ones available. Ooh, but speaking of which, because we are on Train Sim Worlds, because I'm starting my guard training soon for my railway, I got a new whistle. It's a proper Acme Thunderer. It's an, what was it? It's a 58.5, so the loudest they make. Just quite mention that blocking hard, but it's a very nice whistle actually. Sounds great. I do love it. I'm going a bit too fast again for this one. I'm going in way too fast for most stations in this service. It's like a pattern for me, ain't there? Oh great, it's downhill as well, so braking doesn't quite get helped either. As long as one door makes a station, we're fine. Okay, a couple of them made it. Go close doors in a couple of moments. Welcome to the stream, Sniper Ghosts. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Before I turn my headlights on, actually, this is this one. I think we can all agree Voyager's pretty rubbish. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Voyagers, I'm afraid. They don't tilt, so we're going at high speeds. Around corners they're not the greatest. They don't go fast enough, especially on the the West Coast Main Line, leading out of Euston. They don't go fast enough, so going through tunnels, the pressure changes that your ears don't pop, and it's also going not slow enough where the air pressure. Hang on, so it doesn't go fast enough that the pressure changes instantly, and therefore we don't feel anything. And it's not slow enough that's the air pressure changes then don't matter. It's a really like awkward middle, which just it's annoying. And it also has a bit of a shake to it as well, so you do jump around a bit. Back on the throttle tight bit now, so it's going downhill. Yeah, the brake can just stop us from going in too fast. It's 1.3 kilometers now for Gevelsberg West. Yeah, we are on a slow line, so we'll get ready for that very shortly. Do you hear about the 220 that had the actual cabinet and blew up leaving the depot? Yes. Yes, there has been one 220 on fire already. We'll see if it's an isolated issue or something that requires the whole fleet of them to be revamped. Here we go. You can now see that as the sun is starting to set, platform dynamic lighting, it does start to take more of effect. And again, it's really good looking. So I won't be here for too long. And then you got the our train also now stopping as well. Now, I've got my guard whistle at hand. So the question is, do I guard the train? Do I blow the whistle and tell people to all aboard? Yes, yes I will. All aboard. I must remember it's now 9 PM in the UK, and my neighbours are probably trying to sleep, so try not to make too much of a noise. Tomorrow I can use it at full blast. How long do you reckon cross-country SSCs have? 5 years max. I mean, they're the only operator that I don't think have plans at the moment to replace them. But that being said, Eastman and Trains didn't have them until not too long ago, and then they got switched over. And then almost instantly, they were being debranded, so... yeah, 5-10 years tops. The HSTs are very much end of life now, so... we'll see how much longer they last. I know that 125 Group recently lost their 43000. The what's it called? The testing train, your initial one that was built. They lost that to the National Railway Museum due to breach contracts, and so that's going to get sent back. And then they were recently donated a 43 from one of the operators that provide trains, so we'll see how that one goes. But I know that a few of them will go into preservation. A few of them will definitely go into preservation. The 43 is just too much of an iconic train these days for it to all go into scrap. I mean, initially, don't forget that it was only built as like a bridge between the HSTs, which is the old trains that used to ride high speed, and the new train I forget the name of, the one that was supposed to replace it, Tilty One. But that became a failure because it just made people feel ill, and so HSTs were here to stay. Right, we'll blow the whistle again to let people aboard. Again, neighbours, they need to sleep. Got to be respectful to them. Anyways, that joke's dead now. Whistle goes away. Throttle goes up, and let's carry on. Shame about them losing the 41. That's it, 41. Yeah, there was a whole thing about it. So 125 was just disappointed to lose it, and then the museum explains that there was a few breach contracts. They wouldn't give them access to the train, and broke a couple of the rules surrounding it as well. So it'll be a debate for another day, but we'll see how it goes. Likewise, will the 41 ever see service again, or will it now just stay as a museum piece forever, basically? It'll come to a stop eventually. I forget how close some of these stations are in this section of track. It really is a short distance. And the next one, also not too far either. Yeah, just down the line there. Could you imagine a Great Western Railway APT? No, because APT was set to go on the West Coast Main Line, not the Great Western initially. But they just proved, I guess, popular enough that they eventually made their way onto the Great Western and were there to stay. But APT, I'm trying to think also, there was the Pullman train as well. That high-speed Pullman train that, like 4 of them were built and then all scraps off like 5-10 years of use because they just proved it impractical. Comfortable, passengers loved them, but too impractical for the time. Oh boy, what have I done this time? Power off. Doors are all closed. Ah, I'll explain it. There we go. In fact, I think it was the East Coast main actually the APT was built for, not the West. I'm trying to remember because the 390s, the Pendolinos, they were brought in to replace the old trains on the West Coast main line, which got left behind because of the APT service. There's a whole history to it. Just thought, APT in early version livery. That would have been a sight, that's for sure. Downhill slightly, so use the brakes, control the speeds. There we go. Nice and slowly, coasting to the end of the platform. There we go. Doors opening. Actually, I will say, one of the upsides of having this massive open window bit there, we'll just turn your head, check the platform, check the doors. Would be nice one that can maybe like a little display that shows your platform there, or one of those actual platform side displays they use on the underground. But maybe one day for the future with Train Sim Worlds. Because I remember how laggy it used to be with a second camera on the turntable at the original place. What was it called in the CS6 Heavy Haul map? The little train terminus bit. I don't remember what it was called, but the turntable on that had a little display which you turn on, and it completely killed your frame rate because it meant that you had to have a second camera and a second display virtually within a display, which is not a great way of doing things at all in any game. That's why you have so few games that will have like a different camera points from a different source. I mean, you look at, say, FIFA, for example. That's a good one actually for this. Yes, it has the big screens in the stadiums, but that screen is always the same as what your actual game screen camera is looking at. Because if it was going to define a second camera source, then it would just have to double the works, double the graphics, double the rendering, and it just kills everything. So that's why very few games will have like an extra display that shows a live feed from another location that's not where you are. Just put yourself GW 7 nice in the front of sleeper trains. Shame the Caledonian sleeper coaches are having problems. Yes, the Mark Is it Mark 4s or Mark 5s? Mark 4s, I believe. But yeah, the whole new train, because the Cannon Sleeper they replaced recently, it has just fell into issue after issue. And I'm sure they'll pick up eventually, but it has been a bit of a mess, the introduction of new trains. Yeah, it's about 20 seconds to finish the parts, but close the doors and just get ready in anticipation to leave. Yeah, go 15 seconds. We'll start very slowly. Mark 5s, yes. Alright, so is at this point where the tracks then combine into a single line. So after the next station, Hagen, yeah, okay, it's points. No, Hagen Hubing. No, got one more station. Then the track goes down to a single line, and then from single line, we have one more station, and then we head into Hagen, which is where our train will then terminates. There you go, platform's coming up now, just round the corner. There we go, nice and slowly. Perfect. Doors open. I said doors open, there we go. And yeah, the sun's now below the horizon. And we'll see if we get any of the nighttime scenery as well. And it really is a peaceful little map, this one. Very quiet, very peaceful. And you've got birdsong and all that, which is something that, again, Trains Sim World had missed out on in the past. Does have certainly worked on the ambience in this game, which was their biggest complaint for oh so long. Germans are very blunt to their train classes. We have first and standards. They're first and seconds, like it's 20th century. I wouldn't say that. I mean, technically, all it is a name. I mean, first and standards, first and second, it's the same thing, basically. Just comes down to what name you've got. I mean, ultimately, what comes after first class? Second class. Or we could even call it economy class if you wanted to as well. Go down the airline route. Economy class, business class and first class. I'm going go downhill in a moment, so cut the brakes back slightly. And then get ready a moment to stop for the station. The station itself is on the hill, so got to be quite careful. Going to halt for this one. Hagen Route. Got to go. Have a good trip to Terminus. No worries, man. Good talking to you again. And halt. Keep the brakes on, because if I release the brakes, I'll almost certainly start rolling down this hill. It's a really precarious station, this one. And yeah, just to the right, you've got the main line. And then after going around the back of the, what's it called? The storage area. And then when the train gets back onto the main line, runs parallel to it. Now, I've cut the brakes, but ultimately, no, it won't roll because it's still electrically powered, so it makes sense that way. Right, next station, Hagen Platform 11. And that is where our service ends today. Yeah, a bit of flange with the curvature of the track. Again, it sounds great. Dovetail have done a fantastic job with the audio in this game. And look at the track formation here as well. Now, we could go in each individual set of points, or, and like we're doing right now, cutting across the majority of the lines before turning into one of these. It's a very, very smart little system that. And they've done a fantastic job of doing it as well. I absolutely love this scenario. The trains, the routes, the scenery, it's just all so perfect. It fits so well. And so I'm definitely going to continue playing this one for a fair bit in the foreseeable future. Right, train comes to a halt now, since we're at the end of the line. For the red signal, preferably. Would I give him my braking today? Probably not. There we go. Hit the brakes. I'll go a little more forward. Okay, fair enough. Cut it. Right. Open the doors. No passengers deboard. And that for me is where my service comes to an end. And yeah, like I say, I'll probably end the live stream here as well. We're going for 2 hours, 40 minutes. Yeah, it's been a bit of a long one. You know, I said that the train about to get to the terminus would be 35 past. Now coming up to 22, so... Right, lock the doors. Close the door on the way out. And there we have it. Not bad. Not bad. I do love the 422. It is a very fun little train to drive. A little bit overspeeding sometimes, but generally alright. Accuracy. Some stations way off. 50 metres, 71 metres. 92. Gosh. Some of these are pretty close as well, like 0.049. But Could have been a little bit better with some of these stops, I will admit. Could have been better. But hey, 41 minutes and 41 seconds that journey took us in total. Level 6 to 422, level 6 in Rhein-Ruhr Osten, level 53 overall. So, yeah, that was my first look at the all-new Rhein-Rurh Osten route, Wuppertal to Hagen. It is a fun little line, this. Really, no complaints from me. It's a great run. It's a great train. The scenery is fantastic, especially going towards Wuppertal, like I say. Probably the most realistic I've seen train sim mod so far. Almost looks realistic as well. Well, almost looks real life, I'm trying to say. It definitely looks realistic. But it's a fantastic little job, and I am very, very pleased to see how it's going so far. And yeah, can't wait to see how Dovetail expand from this one. But that, for now, will be the end of the stream today. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do like if you did enjoy it, do subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Oh yes, enjoy your weekend.